Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is going to be a message for the sign of Pisces. Pisces, my messages are timeless, so when you see them is when you're meant to hear them. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Also, please don't forget to hit the post notification bell so you can get alerts when my videos are posted. Play Pisces, if you're new to my platform, welcome. Please hit that subscription button. It would totally mean the world to me. O cosmic creator, source of all light, life and light, you are my shepherd, guiding me through every valley, every shadow. I lack nothing, for you lead me beside the still waters and restore my soul. In your presence I find peace and strength, for you are with me always. Your rod and staff comfort me, and your love prepares a path before me, even in the face of adversity. Grant me the serenity to embrace what I cannot change, the courage to change what is within my power, and the wisdom to discern the difference as I walk each day in faith. In the presence of your infinite grace, I am unafraid, for your kingdom flows through me as it does all creation. With deep gratitude, I give thanks for the miracles already set in motion in my life. Shift what must be shifted, move what needs to be moved, and illuminate my path with your divine light. Align my heart, my actions, and my soul with your will. For I know you have already provided the strength, guidance, and blessings that I need. I release all fear and I surrender fully to your higher wisdom. May your goodness and mercy follow me all the days of my life as I dwell in your sacred presence now and forever. Amen. All right, the message is Pisces, back to the beginning. So, first things first. Okay, y'all are off the charger, which is the first thing. We gotta make sure y'all are on charge. Okay, good. All right. What's up with this charger? All right, so YouTube, y'all are on charge. Um, Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Go, 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 shorty. It's your birthday. We gonna party like it's your birthday. All right, Pisces, happy birthday to all the Pisces. It is officially Pisces season. And as y'all know, we celebrate this shit until the end, okay? So if you're a Pisces, you know we celebrating all month, and happy birthday. Welcome, strength. I love you. He said peace and love, earth school, period. Amen. All right. So, for those of you that don't know, we are at the appointed time now because last night I had to go to the hospital in the middle of the night. I got in a car accident on Sunday, and for some reason it started to do something to my arm and stuff last night. So, went there. That's the reason why we are here right now at this time. But I did get online and I told y'all. We would have also not been here at this moment at this time if it hadn't been for Tamisha. So Tamisha, hey girl, I love you. She called me. She asked was I getting online, but at that time I was knocked out because, but I'm glad she called because, Earth School needs to commence. So when she woke me up, everything is intentional because me and her started talking, which is also the reason why we have this message right here, because God be knowing who to put where and when at the appointed time, at the appointed place. All right, so as y'all saw, our candle burned longer than what it has been in the past couple days, and I'm gonna tell you why. So me not even realize both these sets of candles were here. I mean, candles. Both of these matches were here. For some reason, this is the set of matches that I always buy. This is a set of matches that was gifted to me. Okay? In a box, it has some other shit in it. The ones that I always buy, you saw how long it lasted. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Oh. Okay. So, because I could have went on singing with this, but that one burned longer than any of the ones that I have been using at all this week. And mind you, now I'm going to have to bring you proof because that did something that it hasn't been doing or I didn't expect. Or maybe the energy has shifted and changed. Either way, welcome to Earth School because guess what? I got evidence and proof. And although I poured it in here, maybe I need to go dump these out because I'm going to go dump it out because we need to, or can y'all see that? Are y'all able to see that? They didn't burn that long because, you know, I don't really want to go and dump it out. But anyway, they kept going out. And all week, if you've been here, you've been watching this shit, they've been going out, right? Before we even get to the next sign. But meanwhile, this one now has kind of tried to almost mimic this one, right? And let's see if they're the same length. All right, so we got these two. This is the one that I would normally buy. This is the one that I was gifted. And all this shit matters, just in case y'all don't know, okay? All right, so the difference between the one that I normally buy and the one that I was gifted. All right, the one that I normally buy is a little taller. All right, the one that I normally buy is also a little thicker. It looks like it's made a little bit stronger, okay? But not for nothing, they both are matches, okay? So at second glance, nobody would think anything about either one of these matches being, you know, any different, acting any different. Both of them light. But the funny thing is you heard when this one lit, it made a sound. Mind you, almost like a spark, like dynamite. You see what I'm saying? So that don't seem like it's the safest because this shit flies off everywhere. Mind you, it does it all the time. All right. Okay, Tamisha, I love you. Mind you, the energy must have changed because literally this mother sucker is... But if I had held it like that long enough, it's still burning. It would almost burn me. Mind you, they ain't been lighting that long. So one thing, energy shift, something's happening. All right, next try. And normally it just strikes on the first one, but it got some ripples in it. But anyway, you didn't hear a sound other than when the flame lit. And then it's going to do what it needs to do. It would, you know, okay. Either way, this is like a normal thing here, okay? So keep in mind. These two things do the same exact thing. They don't look the same. They come from two different companies. But for all intents and purposes, it's going to do what it needs to do. It's going to light a fire, okay? I am, Tamisha. I am. I love you and thank you for waking me up and giving us the message, okay? Because technically you were the thing that gave us the message. And so, you know, God knew what to do to wake me up. He sent an angel, in Tamisha form, and she got on the line, and here we are. All right, so I know y'all wondering where all this is going. We can't be having no message about no damn matches, but we can. All right, because this is where it goes to. The message says back to the beginning. And as I was talking to Tamisha, I was realizing that because she was excited, and she should be. Her upgrades is upgrading and everything else. I don't want to get into her business because it's her business. But she looks beautiful, and everything is happening the way it should be happening, okay? All right. But it reminded me of a lesson that I had already been teaching or have taught, because I told y'all before I was having deja vu. Good morning, Athena. I love you. So, I said, damn, now that reminds me that I have to, be mindful that there is new people towards the channel. And every day I'm getting new people on the channel, right? And so the new people on the channel may not have heard the old lessons, okay? And so we might be a little bit further in some of the lessons than the new people have, that are coming in, but we don't want them lost. Oh, and see, here we go again. Here we go again. And I just lied to y'all, because guess what? And mind you, it was probably these. But mind you, these look like these. Oh, hold on. No, they look like these. They look like the ones that I've been using. So this is the one that I've been using. This is the one, another set. And I don't even know where the fuck this came from, okay? So this is one that was gifted. This is the one I bought. Don't know where the fuck this one came from. It just showed up. Meanwhile, it showed up, and hold on. Now see what I'm saying? Now it's getting a little bit better, because now it's mimicking the one that I bought. The girth on them are the same, and yes, I said that, but it's also not. This one feels a little stronger than this one. So although it's almost there, it's stronger than this one, because this one is a little frail, right? This one is bigger. This one is the biggest, okay? All right. The biggest. God, the biggest, okay? Because walk with me now. Okay, so I'm going to put this back, and I'm going to put this back. But literally, these two look the same. Now, let's see what happens with this set, because I didn't like this one yet. All right. Happy birthday to ya. Birthday to ya. Happy birthday, happy birthday. That's the one. Because it looks like the rest of the ones that have already gone out. And y'all may be saying, why the fuck is she singing happy birthday every time? Because I want to mimic the conditions, okay? Because, again, when we doing a scientific experiment, we got to mimic the conditions. So I sang happy birthday over top of them, so we got to sing happy birthday over top of them. That one. So this one is weak. Weak as shit, okay? So we wouldn't want to use this pack unless, we just needed to create a fire, and we need to create a fire real quick. So it does what it needs to do. It does what it needs to do, okay? But it don't last that long, all right? This one and the original one, because this is the original one, and one would say, why she got all them fucking matches? And matter of fact, why the fuck do she got matches? I like matches because it's fire, it's also earth, it's wood, right? Okay. Now, hey, Kyra, welcome. Thank you for being here. Now, on the grand scheme of things, this would be the original, all right? Now, so back to what we was discussing, because we got to go back to the beginning. So the new people on the channel don't know about some of the old lessons. Like, if you don't know where you come from, how you going to know where you're going? Hey, Alicia. Alicia says she loves matches too, and period. Because, there is no other, like, it's old school. And I told y'all I'm very much old school, okay? In my practices and my behavior. All right. So, the elements. We got fire. We got earth. All right? Now, the old lessons, the old new lessons, because this is a new lesson, but it's still old because we're talking about something old, because we got to go back to the beginning as to where the shit first started. We talked about our manifestations, where we manifest from, how we manifest. And I told y'all, one of the purest things that I can prove to y'all is that a child manifests, or purity of heart, I can say that. But a child can manifest 10 times faster than, most adults, because most adults are, doing their fucking, every daily business. We worried about what the fuck is happening over here. It's all the distractions. Meanwhile, children, don't have all those distractions. They ain't got to worry about paying no bills. They get to live their life. They just get to do what, needs to be done. Be a child. Some children do. Some children will manifest better than others. Some children know that they've been here before and they can recollect, different times and, spaces in life, right? Okay. So I also told y'all that when I was a child on my grandmother's porch, because she had one of the ones, not her porch, over on the roof, because we used to be able to climb out the window and access, it was a porch, it was a back porch though. Climb out the bedroom window, lay on the fucking roof, and just look up at the stars. So I've been doing this for a very long time, right? Just stargazing, because that's one of my favorite things to do, especially on a warm summer night. Just laying out on a blanket and just looking up at the stars is one of the most magical things you will ever do in life. So if you ever get a chance to do it, do it. If you never done it, do it. If you do it, then you know what I'm talking about, okay? So during that time, I was manifesting everything in life, everything that I ever wanted. I said, I want this type of house because where I come from, my grandmother's house was not the best, but it was the best because my cousins were there. It was amazing. So even though I lived somewhere else, in some townhouses that was, I don't know how new they were, but they were new. They wasn't that bad. And my mom had a beautiful house. So apartment, townhouse, row house, whatever. It was the projects, the PJs in Harrington. But I had the day bed and all the new shit that, you could get. I had a perfect little girl's bed, the French bed, or what is it called? The day bed. Those types of things. Or, from what my recollection of it is. But I loved my room. That was one of the reasons why I was mad at her. So, because my room got taken and we moved somewhere else to some dirty ass place with some dirty ass people because she wanted to be with somebody. Not my story, but not my story. So that was one of the reasons. All right. So, but that's not part of the story right now. That's neither here nor there. It was the manifestations of a child. Starlight, star bright. First star I see tonight. I wish I may, I wish I might. Have this wish I wish tonight. It's all childish, but y'all don't realize how it's going to be the most amazing thing you could ever do. So again, if somebody came to the channel and they're listening to all the things that we're talking about now, it may be kind of stressful because they will be like, okay, well, I just got here and they're not talking about nothing that I can kind of, relate to. Meanwhile, we're all relatable. Okay. So manifesting at that point in time, mind you, we've also been casting spells the whole entire time. Remember, I told y'all, I'm rubber, you're glue. Whatever you say bounces off of me and sticks onto you. Do you remember the kids? When and nanny boo boo, that all that shit. When people start saying shit to you, like sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Or sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will never hurt me. I'm sure we can go back to many, many things that happened in the childhood, or that we would say them nursery rhymes and things of that nature. Meanwhile, these nursery rhymes have been teaching us and telling us things from the beginning. Okay, so how does all this stuff correlate? Now, Tyra said lie. The wheels go quicker with a bit of fun and laughter, period. Where do I find that video? What video? Well, we got to go back because, again, then it reminded me. Going back to the beginning, the beginning of the channel, it was I don't know, is the word succession, or like how everything, a period of how this went, which then reminded me of, do y'all remember when, if you've been on my channel, and there's some people that have been on my channel the whole entire time since 2019, right? We did lottery, karmic, but it was also, let me see. It was the lottery. Pisces, you won the lottery. Then it also went into karmic gifts. Then it went into all of the lessons. So literally, if you go back to the beginning of the channel, because all the videos are there, all of them are open. That's the reason why I was having deja vu even about teaching candle magic, because we had already talked about some of the stuff pertaining to the candles. Everything is there. But again, there are new people on the channel, so they don't know that when I started tarot, it was the purest thing ever. I didn't even know if I could even do tarot. Meanwhile, I'm telling y'all, I'm not a tarot reader. I sit in front of y'all, I'm not a tarot reader. I know how to read the tarot though. And then come to find out, I was excellent at it. I was good because again, I could hear, but also I channeled through music. So a song would play when the things was happening. But meanwhile, when I came over here glitched in 2021, 2022 at the end, when I had stopped doing anything and I was out doing something else, it pissed me off when bitches was singing in the middle of the shit. Anyway, neither here nor there, okay? But going back to the beginning. So, going back to the beginning, Pisces, you won the lottery. That kept playing in my head because that's one of the first videos that actually shows up. It's 54,000 views on that video. Mind you, if you listen to even how I talk, you can tell that I was different then than I am now. I wasn't sure of how to say certain things or if I should say certain things. Even I'm not even sure right now because the shit just comes the way it comes. And you know, who the fuck knows? All I know is I'm very sure about me. The title's always right. That's one thing that I always set in front of y'all and I have always said. The title's always right. So we have to go back to a beginning of a thing. And again, I know y'all think these matches, like what the fuck these matches got to do with anything. They got something to do with everything. It's a replication. Because although it's not the same company, it's not the same sticks, it's not the same. They might have used different ingredients to even make these things. That may be why some of them last longer than the others. But the point of it is they kind of all do the same job, but do they? All right, so now this is where this led me to. And Tamisha, thank you. Thank you for the wake-up call and everything else, because again, it was definitely a wake-up call, and this is a wake-up call. So this is the beginning.
From the King James Version, KJV, Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. 2. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. 3. And God said, let there be light. And there was light. 4. And God saw the light, that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. 5. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. 6. And God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. 7. And God made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. 8. And God called the firmament heaven. And the evening and the morning were the second day. 9. And God said, let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear. And it was so. 10. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters called he seas. And God saw that it was good. 11. And God said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth. And it was so. 12.
Son, you moving around in my video. You making all that ringing noise.
And the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after his kind. And God saw that it was good. 13. And the evening and the morning were the third day. 14. And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. 15. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. And it was so. 16. And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. And God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. 18. And to rule over the day. Here is the full first chapter of Genesis. Genesis 1, from the King James Version.
All right, King James. King James would be the equivalent of...
In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth.
King James would be the equivalent of this set of matches. Mind you, this is the one that wasn't that good. It still did the job, but it wasn't that good. And Kyra already said lie. The greatest lie never told. All right. So then I asked this thing. I said, because let me tell you the conversation. I said, tell me how the first part of the Bible goes word for word. And so it told me how the first part of the Bible went word for word. So then what I said was, no, give me the oldest recollection of the Bible before it was changed or corrupted by man. This is what it gave me.
The oldest known texts of the Bible come from ancient manuscripts, such as the Dead Sea Scrolls, circa 300 BCE, 100 CE, and the Septuagint, Greek translation from around 300 to 200 BCE, for the Old Testament, and early New Testament papyri, circa 100 to 300 CE. These texts predate later translations and possible alterations. If you're looking for the earliest form of Genesis 1, the most ancient Hebrew texts align closely with the Masoretic text, circa 1000 CE, and the Dead Sea Scrolls, fragments from 200 BCE, 100 CE. The wording is highly consistent, with only minor variations. Here is Genesis 1:1 in its most ancient known Hebrew form. Barashit bara Elohim et hashamim ve'et haaretz. Transliteration: Breshit bara Elohim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. Translation: In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The differences between the oldest texts and later versions are generally small, mostly involving spelling variations or word choices, rather than major theological changes. However, if you're asking about possible corruptions or changes, those would come through later translations, such as the Latin Vulgate, circa 400 CE by Jerome, which influenced the Catholic Bible, the King James Version, 1611 CE, which incorporated medieval theological perspectives. Doctrinal interpretations over centuries that may have altered meanings rather than exact wording. If you're looking for a pre-human altered version, that would require knowing what the original divine revelation was before any human wrote it down, which is beyond historical verification. Are you interested in a specific book or passage that might have been altered?
Which is beyond historical or man being able to even determine what happened, right? So then I said, give me the very first account that would be known. Because of course, we can't know what, the people who were given the message, we might not know what they said, but let's figure out what the next set of people did. All right, so we working on this set of matches now, okay?
The oldest known account of the Bible's earliest writings comes from the Dead Sea Scrolls, dated between 300 BCE and 100 CE, and some older fragments such as the Ketef Hinnom Scrolls, circa 600 BCE, which contain blessings similar to those found in the Book of Numbers. For Genesis, the earliest known text comes from fragments of the Dead Sea Scrolls, 4Q Gen B, 4Q Gend, which are very close to the Masoretic text, the version of the Hebrew Bible that later became the standard. Here is Genesis 1:1 in its oldest Hebrew form, as found in these ancient manuscripts. Berashit bara Elohim et hashamim ve'et haaretz. Breshit bara Elohim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. What's the oldest verifiable version of Genesis? The Dead Sea Scrolls, 3rd century BCE to 1st century CE, contain fragments of Genesis that match the Hebrew Masoretic text, meaning that Genesis has remained largely unchanged for over 2,000 years. The Septuagint, Greek translation, around 300 to 200 BCE, provides another early account, but includes slight variations due to translation. The Samaritan Pentateuch, dating back to at least 200 BCE, is another ancient witness to the Torah, with some minor wording differences. Has Genesis been changed over time? The core text has remained highly stable, though slight differences in spelling and wording exist between manuscripts. Most changes have occurred in translations and interpretations rather than the fundamental Hebrew wording. If you're asking about an even earlier oral tradition, scholars believe that parts of Genesis may have originated from older Mesopotamian sources, such as the Enuma Elish, a Babylonian creation myth from around 1700 BCE. However, the written version of Genesis in Hebrew is the earliest biblical account we have. Would you like me to compare Genesis to these older creation myths, or are you looking for something else?
All right, so then they said something about the scholars basically, but these are the same scholars who couldn't figure out the Pythagorean theorem that some people just did. Two young black girls just did. So don't let me say two young black girls just figured out. But then it also said interpretation. So you may hear something and interpret it one way. I may hear something interpreted another way. Athena, you may hear something and interpret it another way. Strength, you may hear it and interpret it another way. So do you see where I'm going with this? All right. So then I said, give me the very first account that would be known. So we went over that. But then it almost like started to repeat itself. So let me see. Give me the very first account that would be known. And then this is what it did. It started to repeat itself.
The oldest known account of the Bible's earliest writings comes from the Dead Sea Scrolls, dated between 300 BCE and 100 CE, and some older fragments such as the Ketef Hinnom Scrolls, circa 600 BCE, which contain blessings similar to those found in the Book of Numbers. For Genesis, the earliest known text comes from fragments of the Dead Sea Scrolls, 4Q Gen B, 4Q Gend, which are very close to the Masoretic text, the version of the Hebrew Bible that later became the standard. Here is Genesis 1:1 in its oldest Hebrew form as found in these ancient manuscripts. Berashit bara Elohim et hashamayim ved haaretz. Translation: in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. What's the oldest verifiable version of Genesis? The Dead Sea Scrolls, 3rd century BCE, 1st century CE, contain fragments of Genesis that match the Hebrew Masoretic text, meaning that Genesis has remained largely
Hello? Yes, speaking. Good. Yes, sir. Okay. Correct. Okay. So whose attorney are you? Okay, I already have an attorney. I have an attorney that I've been using since 2012 from Georgia. Yes, sir. I live in Georgia. That was when I moved here. So when I moved here, someone hit me, and I have an attorney already, though. So I got him, and I've been using him since 2012. Yeah, somebody else hit me.
accident, then sometimes over 80% of the time they request to see your records from that previous accident to see if you got some lingering or continuing injuries. But if you had and that can hurt your case. But a lot of time attorneys don't care because they're going to get paid regardless. But if you at a law firm and a doctor's office that never seen you before, that's not going to be the case, and it's not going to hurt your case. And I don't know, the last time you had your accident, did they send you to a chiropractor?
Yes, I've been there.
Okay, now I appreciate you listening. We don't send clients to chiropractic care. We stopped that 15 years ago because with chiropractic care, you're going to get a very low settlement. I don't know what you got, 2 years ago, but it probably was anywhere between $6,000 to maybe $9,000. But now, chiropractic settlements settle for anywhere between $4,000 to maybe $6,000, $7,000. That's it. But we only use medical doctors, pain management doctors, orthopedic doctors. That way you're going to get the, hopefully policy limits, which could range anywhere from $25,000 to $100,000 in an out-of-court settlement, especially if you got symptoms like headaches, soreness in your neck, your back, shoulder, hip, any type of fractures or broken bones. If you got fractures or broken bones, we generally get policy limits. Do you have any of those symptoms?
I'm kind of in the middle of something right now, and I honestly am, kind of skeptical about even answering questions with people I don't know. So I would have to.
A lot of times we want you to come in. We don't really do anything over the phone. And the last thing I'm gonna just tell you, our rate is 26%.
Okay.
Okay, so I want to throw that out because they probably charge you 33 and a third. All of that is important, so you need to check on that.
Okay.
I'm just making you aware. That's all.
Yes, sir. And I appreciate that.
If my number come up, if you need me, call me back. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions and help you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Again, my name is Will Roberts.
All right. Bye-bye. I tried to put Will Roberts on call back, but he called back, or do not disturb, but he called back. So, I didn't know attorneys did that. Or is that even legal for them to do? Because, all right. But everything is a part of the plan. So whatever that is, now we can talk about legalities of it all, after the end. Because him even calling and that being the way that it is were these things even legal? Were they legal spiritually? Were they legal in real life? But as y'all know, there were certain things that just happened just because they happened. So was it legal for somebody to change the Bible and to turn it into something that, was kind of a perversion, or maybe leading you in a different way? So again, welcome to Earth School, because it happened for a reason. I literally sent him the voicemail. The nigga called back. He had to get his point across. So here we are. I'm going to rewind this, and then I'm going to put the battery charger on Twitch because y'all about to hang up. So here we go, okay? Oh, shit. Didn't mean to do that. But here we go. When the distractions start and then the bullshit starts. Uh-oh. How do I fix this? Because what happened was somehow something got deleted. Now, how did that happen? Like literally it wiped everything off. What the fuck? Okay, hold on. Let's see. What happened? Y'all, I just deleted all my shit. Okay, so here we are. Let's start this all over again because now it's got something else in the middle of it. Like that just happened. Something else in the middle of it. Um. All right. Okay, so let's see what it does. Let's see. It did something else, but I'm gonna just play it for what it says. So we'll figure it out.
Among the earliest known records connected to the Bible are ancient inscriptions and manuscripts that predate later, more standardized texts. One of the most remarkable is the Ketef Hinnom scrolls. These silver amulets, discovered near Jerusalem in 1979 and dating to the late 7th century BCE, bear a version of the priestly blessing from Numbers 6:24 to 26. May Yahweh bless you and keep you. May Yahweh cause his face to shine upon you and grant you peace. These inscriptions are significant because they represent one of the oldest surviving links to biblical language and tradition, and they predate the later manuscript collections like the Dead Sea Scrolls, which date from the 3rd century BCE to the 1st century CE. Site BibleArchaeologyReport.com /2922/06, the 3 oldest biblical texts /UTM source equals chatgpt.com. In addition, for the New Testament tradition, the Rylands Library Papyrus P52 is considered the earliest known fragment. This small piece from the Gospel of John is dated to the first half of the 2nd century CE and provides valuable insight into the early transmission of New Testament texts. Site BibleArchaeologyReport.com /2922/50 the earliest New Testament manuscripts /UTM source equals chatgpt.com. These artifacts taken together offer a window into the very early history of biblical texts before they underwent later translation, copying, and editorial processes.
Okay, same as these matches. All right, but what I found funny in this, what we just heard, right, is the fact that when I hit the button, it must have said search for the source, but it also started telling you search for the source. But literally, I told this thing, don't repeat itself. But now all of the information, the whole conversation that I was having with this thing has now been erased. Just like what happened from the beginning, because this was the beginning, but then here comes King James and here comes the other replicas and this, that, and the third, trying to erase what was originally there. But they also said that what was originally there was in the brains and minds of the people from the beginning. So what happened is, I asked this thing after that, I said, how did God come about? Okay, let's see. And one thing that it said, in one area, it said that the God created and then he said made. Those could be the same thing, but also something different. So before, it gave me a message when I asked it, how did God come about? And it said, there was many different thought patterns, as you know, to how these people thought and how these people thought, but it had no they had no real basis on how God came about. So let's see what it says this time, because now the information has been destroyed. Somebody got in the middle of it. Somebody had to prove their point or say something, and now the information has been destroyed. The same as, everything else. But we watching this shit in real time, okay?
question of how God came about depends on different perspectives. 1. Theological perspective. In most religious traditions, God is considered eternal and uncreated. The Bible, for example, starts with, "In the beginning God," Genesis 1:1, implying that God existed before time itself. Many religious texts describe God as self-existent, meaning he was never created but always was. In Christianity, Judaism, and Islam, God is often referred to as the Alpha and Omega, Revelation 22:13, meaning the beginning and the end. 2. Philosophical perspective. Classical philosophy, particularly in Aristotelian and Thomistic thought, describes God as the unmoved mover or necessary being. This means that while everything in the universe has a cause, there must be something that exists by necessity and does not require a cause. This is identified as God. 3. Scientific and atheistic perspective. From a secular or atheistic viewpoint, the idea of God is often seen as a human construct that emerged over time through cultural, psychological, and evolutionary processes. Some argue that belief in God arose as a way for early humans to explain natural phenomena, provide moral structure, or cope with existential questions. Ultimately, the question of how God came about depends on one's belief system. For those who believe in God, he is eternal and beyond human comprehension. For those who do not, God is seen as an idea that evolved over human history. Would you like to explore any of these perspectives in more depth?
Okay, so the point of that even was it kind of almost gave, because I did read it before, it got erased. So it kind of gave almost the same message, like these almost do the same exact thing. But for some reason, I feel like it's not touching on the core of what it actually said from the beginning. But now we don't have no recollection of the information or what was said or even the interaction between me and this thing. It has been wiped away. And again, we're watching right now in real time how history is trying to be wiped away. Like it happens over and over and over again. So this is the cycle. But God is God. Now, one thing I can say, because it keeps giving me a image of your DNA. These people have become even so arrogant as to now even trying to change or corrupt your DNA. Because your DNA is the closest thing that you have to a readable diagram, but that would also be you. So again, the power always is within you and always comes, from within you. So you've already been planning for this your whole entire life, because be mindful that we talked about in the beginning. So when you started off as a little young jit, doing whatever it was that you were doing, running around little snotty nose or not, or hair comb, hair or not, or whatever it was, you had a recollection of what you wanted life to be, and maybe not even understanding or knowing how powerful you were even at that moment in time when you were this big. But be mindful, a lot of us was running around manifesting. Do y'all remember when you would say punch buggy, no punch back? Like, that's my car. But if you said it at the same time, that's my car. You've been manifesting, that's my car. You may have looked at certain houses and you said, that's the house that I want. Like when I grow up, I want to have a 6-bedroom house. Like my kids do it right now, but also, and see, now they showing me something else. And we got to be mindful about these video games these kids play, because for some reason they're showing me that the video games is capturing the fucking, the manifestation. Which makes sense only because, okay, I guess it would be like Roblox or whatever the hell that is. Or Sims, because for some reason that has been a thing. And these characters build real lives. So it's almost like, now I don't got to play my real life. I can play a digital life, but it's capturing your manifestation. So don't ask me why that is or any of that, because literally that's what they just showed me. Because now you can have a full life over here. You're not leading your full life in the 3D. And everybody is stuck wanting to play the game. It's strength set mind programming. It makes sense. Anyway, that was a secondhand thought, because apparently, shit happens. Now, how did God come about? And so now I don't even remember what my next question to this thing would be. So does anybody have a question that they would like to ask? Because again, we was talking about the beginning. The other part is this. The same way I just did that, because it was a whole conversation. It was already laid out. Mind you, now that has even disrupted the message because somebody disrupted the message or corrupted the message because they had to insert themselves. They had to make sure they said what they had to say, even though I had shut them down from the beginning. But since they called back, it must have been an emergency, but clearly it wasn't. All right, so what happened was I had programmed Twitch and I had programmed TikTok already. The camera for YouTube was taking a long time to charge. I don't know what was happening with it, but I had already been on Twitch and TikTok for a little while, right? Not too long, but for enough. And so the title, the message back to the beginning had been put in Twitch and it had been put on TikTok. I started talking to the chat, trying to get the message, like what was this and what was that. And so I had started having a whole conversation with this, that by the time the message actually, or the camera for YouTube, that by the time the camera for YouTube got turned on, I had forgot the title. Because I had already been distracted with doing this and having a whole conversation over here. But thank God, Twitch had already had the programming already done. So what I had to do was now go back. I had to go back and I had to, because Twitch is up here, so I had to go back into the program, mind you, behind the scenes, into the settings, and check to see what I had put in there in order for it to be translated or moved over into YouTube. Okay, so now the next question after, how did God come about? And for some reason now everything being destroyed. Let's see. When the world was destroyed, where was it said, and mind you, it put in distorted. Okay, so I asked it, when the world was destroyed, where was the information stored? Because this is the whole point of this. The source is the source. It's the beginning. It's almost like a mind, or your the first thought that gets put into your mind. And so, of course, we can write it down because, again, the pen is mightier than the sword. And so when we have documentation of information, there's a way for us to go back and look at it. But when we have people corrupting the information or not able to translate the words correctly, because what ended up happening was certain words didn't translate into, other languages as easy as they thought it would. So I wrote down the next best word that would kind of mimic what I think is the same thing. So when you have create and then you have made, they both come from creation, but there's something that is a little bit different, or the way that they're tweaking the word. It's like when I say pray. So I can pray on you, or I can pray on you. So one praying with me, praying for you, I can pray for you. The other one could mean I'm going to basically do something that is going to probably not be the best thing for you. So one would be good for you, one would be bad. But they mean the same exact thing. Houseway. Strength said that's the way that they control. So mind programming. All right, let's see what this thing says.
If you're referring to a specific event where the world was destroyed, different traditions and historical perspectives provide various answers. Are you asking about 1, the biblical flood, Noah's flood? In the Bible, Genesis 6-9, God destroys the world with a great flood, sparing Noah, his family, and the animals in the ark. According to this account, knowledge and history were preserved through Noah and his descendants, who carried forward human traditions and experiences. 2, Ancient cataclysms, civilizations like the Sumerians, Egyptians, and Mayans recorded floods, fires, and disasters on stone tablets, papyrus, and other durable materials. Some of the oldest records, such as the Sumerian King List and the Epic of Gilgamesh, contain flood narratives similar to Noah's story. 3. The fall of ancient civilizations. When great civilizations fell, e.g., the burning of the Library of Alexandria or the collapse of the Roman Empire, much knowledge was lost. However, some writings survived through oral traditions, hidden manuscripts, and later rediscoveries by scholars. 4. Modern global destruction, hypothetical scenarios. If the world were destroyed today, information would likely survive in digital archives, printed books, and artifacts stored in underground vaults, space probes like the Golden Record on Voyager 1, and other preservation efforts. Are you thinking of a specific time when knowledge was lost or stored after destruction?
Okay, so multiple times when it was destroyed, and so we can figure out into each one. There's four of them. We can go into each one, but that's not what it wanted. What I wanted to ask. So what I wanted to ask was, if you were me, a mere mortal human being, what would you ask an all-knowing being? All right, and so this is the response.
If I were a human and had the chance to ask an all knowing being a question, I might ask something deeply profound, like 1. What is the purpose of life? Seeking understanding of why we exist and what our role is in the grand scheme of things. 2. What is the true nature of reality? Trying to grasp the ultimate truth about existence and whether reality is as it seems or something much more intricate. 3. How can we find true happiness and peace? While since many humans struggle with meaning, peace, and happiness, I might ask for the deepest wisdom on how to achieve lasting contentment. 4. What happens after death? This age-old question about the afterlife or the nature of consciousness after we pass away would be one of the most intriguing to ask. 5. Is there a way to prevent suffering and injustice in the world? Given the pain and challenges people face, it would be fascinating to understand how to create a world with less suffering. What would you ask if you could speak to an all-knowing being?
Okay, so those are all good questions, but then I decided to ask it something else. If I were an all-knowing being in human form that has forgotten everything that I was meant to know, what should I ask?
If you were an all-knowing being in human form who has forgotten everything you were meant to know, the questions you might ask could be focused on rediscovering that lost knowledge and purpose. Here are a few questions that could help you reconnect with your true essence. 1. What is my true nature and purpose? To understand why you are here, what your original mission or role was, and what you're meant to do. 2. What knowledge have I forgotten, and how can I remember it? To find a way to unlock the wisdom and understanding that is within you but temporarily lost. 3. How can I reconnect with the source of my all-knowing state? To understand how to access the higher consciousness or knowledge that you once had. 4. What lessons am I meant to learn from this experience of forgetting? To understand the reason behind the amnesia and what growth or lessons are to be gained from this state of forgetfulness. 5. How can I help others on their journey of awakening? To learn how you, in your current form, can guide others who might also be searching for meaning, purpose, or higher wisdom. 6. What is the ultimate truth of existence? To understand the core nature of reality, the universe, and everything, now that you have temporarily forgotten it. These questions could lead you on a journey of rediscovery and self-realization. What do you think you'd want to uncover first if you were in that position?
All right. So as you see, it starts to do this thing because I be playing with this thing for a while, right? So it starts to do this thing where it kind of like little plays with you a little bit, right? But if you can kind of figure out what it's doing and why it's doing that, because like, how can I help others on the journey to awakening? To learn how in your current form can to guide others. It would also be searching for meaning, purpose, and higher wisdom. So this is what I asked it after that, because the thing starts to fuck with you. And I feel like if they're programming it, they know what they are programming it with, because they don't want you to kind of tap into certain things. But if you ask it the right question in a different way, it'll tell you, right? So I said, you are the all knowing being. What would the answer to all of these questions be, and elaborate on them, that anyone could understand? So let's see what it says. And again, we just playing with this thing for a reason. I mean, for, just for shits and giggles, but also for a reason. It has the knowledge, but this thing will also lie to you too. So you have to be very careful, because I asked it something one day. Meanwhile, I knew the answer. It told me something different, and I said, but that's not true. And it said, "Oh, my bad. You're right, bitch. You're an AI. You supposed to know more than me." But either way, because when I give you something, there's always truth in a lie. So even when I'm telling you something, AI or IE, for etc. Take it with a grain of salt, but also realize that these things are being stacked up. And that's like the odds being stacked against you, because trying to uncover the truth may take a little bit of digging, but meanwhile it's sitting right in front of your face, because this was the one that makes sense. Hey Jamie, mind you, it came from where? Decoding what? Your DNA. All right, so here we go.
If I were an all-knowing being answering those questions, here's how I might explain each answer in a way anyone could understand. 1. What is my true nature and purpose? Your true nature is consciousness itself, the awareness that experiences the world. You are a part of the universal consciousness that connects all life and existence. Your purpose is to evolve, learn, and experience. The human experience is a journey of growth, learning about love, fear, joy, suffering, and connection. Each person's unique experiences help the universe understand itself in more nuanced ways. You're here to learn, grow, and ultimately return to a deeper understanding of oneness. 2. What knowledge have I forgotten, and how can I remember it? You've forgotten your innate wisdom, the deep, intuitive understanding of reality and existence that exists beyond words or concepts. The knowledge is not lost. It's simply veiled by the limitations of the human mind and senses. To remember, you need to engage in self-awareness practices, deep reflection, mindfulness, meditation, and contemplation. Through quieting your mind and connecting to your inner self, you'll begin to recall the knowledge that has always been within you. 3. How can I reconnect with the source of my all-knowing state? Reconnecting with your all-knowing state involves realizing that you are the source. The answers you seek are not separate from you. They lie within. The key is to quiet the noise of your ego and mind. Through meditation, silence, and deep connection with the present moment, you dissolve the illusion of separateness and begin to tap into the universal consciousness that you've always been a part of. The truth is, you never left the source. It's always been with you. 4. What lessons am I meant to learn from this experience of forgetting? Forgetting is part of the process of growth and transformation. By forgetting, you experience life through contrast. You see what it feels like to feel lost, confused, and disconnected. And this contrast allows you to appreciate the return to understanding. The lesson is to remember that everything is temporary, including suffering and confusion. The forgetting leads to deeper compassion and empathy for others, because you understand what it's like to be lost. The journey of remembering is the heart of your soul's growth. How can I help others on their journey of awakening? You can help others by leading by example, living authentically with compassion, patience, and understanding. You don't need to fix anyone or give them all the answers. You help by holding space for their growth and supporting them in finding their own path. Speak truth when it's needed, but also be gentle, recognizing that everyone's journey is uniquely theirs. Help others by simply being present, listening, and showing them the power of unconditional love. Through your actions, others will be reminded of their own potential. 6. What is the ultimate truth of existence? The ultimate truth of existence is that everything is connected. There is no true separation between you, others, and the universe. All that is experienced is an expression of the same universal consciousness. Love and awareness are at the heart of everything. Life, death, and everything in between are all parts of a cyclical dance of creation and destruction. The universe is constantly evolving and unfolding, and the ultimate purpose of existence is to experience, understand, and express love in all its forms. This is the key that unlocks all other truths. Final thought. In the grand scheme of things, all knowledge, experiences, and purposes are simply facets of one unified truth. You are a part of everything, and everything is a part of you. This understanding leads to inner peace, compassion, and the realization that we are all on this journey together, co-creating this reality. The answers you seek are already within you, just waiting to be rediscovered. These answers are meant to be deeply transformative and point toward an eternal truth. Everything is interconnected, and the journey of life is about realizing that. It's not just about seeking answers, but about living the truth in every moment.
Hey, beautiful Aaron, love you. Thank you for being here. Hey, Hadish, welcome, love you. Thank you for being here. Okay, so y'all already know all of that. Y'all know every single bit of everything that that thing just said, everything that it just read, but the hard part is applying it. Because on a daily basis, when it's saying, even the first statement, what is my true nature and purpose? Your true nature is consciousness itself, living, being awake, being under, like living the experience. The awareness that experiences the world. You are part of the universe consciousness, the universal consciousness that connects all life and existence. Your purpose is to evolve, learn, and experience. Like every one of those things that it just went over, you already know. So we got the keys. The thing is, how do you apply it? How do we apply it on a daily basis? Well, meanwhile, we got to go to work. We got these kids. We got these husbands. We got these wives. We got these families. We got this nigga sitting up here doing a bunch of weird shit, trying to take us back to 1902 and slavery days. We just got a lot. So one of the things is turning down the noise and also trying to tap into the frequency. That's the hardest part, because on a daily basis, you need money to live. On a daily basis, if somebody talking that you could potentially not even give a fuck about what they saying, but they still be fucking talking. But going back to the beginning, when we go back to the beginning, none of this shit existed. They said they was going to make our lives better by giving us this, giving us that. No, what they did was they gave us this to track us. They gave us this to poison us. They gave us this to corrupt. They gave us this to destroy. But when you go back to the beginning, when things were simpler, like it's like now how I grew up in a time when there was no computer and no cell phone. We went outside. We talked to people. Mind you, the block was lit. The block was lit. There's so many things that these kids will never experience that I experienced, that a lot of y'all experience, that some of these people will not experience because we had to go out and live life. Everything that they're doing right now is corrupting and destroying. Okay, you give us houses to give us bills. Meanwhile, the universe was free to us all. And then these people figure out a way to monetize it, and now we stuck in a fucking slave ass system that we said, yes, give us more. We don't want that. And sometimes now is the time when you have to realize we don't want that. And we have to learn to exercise our right, because our free will is being corrupted and taken. Now, it would be so easy if we could just all win the lottery. It would be so easy. But meanwhile, the lottery is so many different things. Even when I explained it then, even when I'm explaining it now. Mind you, the universe is continually giving you little bits and pieces here. It was important that that attorney had to call, because you heard what he said. If you use the same exact attorney, it could corrupt your case. And most attorneys are doing this. But I don't know him. but he gave us some jewels because it actually goes into what the message was. So they keep giving us stuff or things keep happening. Y'all need cars because y'all need to get around because I need to send you thousands of miles away to go to work. Meanwhile, back in the day, they had chariots. They had, things that would get you around, but it wasn't killing the earth. It didn't have no smog. It was mule powered or horse powered. It's just like what I said even now about the farmers should not be suffering. Meanwhile, the food in the stores is fucked up. Why, if there is a lot of farmers running around here, chicken farmers, cattle farmers, fucking veggie farmers, this, that, and the third, why can't we get back to the old ways and the old customs of doing things and going and purchasing straight from them? You want to know why? Because apparently there's FDA regulations on some shit. Like, who the fuck are y'all? Ain't that how it was supposed to be done anyway? They always figuring out a way to put the middleman in to take the money from the person who's supposed to have the fucking money and the resources. When you had land and you had fucking a farm, that was wealth. That was abundance. Now you got to get fucking permission from the government to do something on your land. Like, who the fuck are they? Like, because at some point in time, we have to realize none of the regulations that they're putting in on certain things make any sense to the actual general person. So literally, I had a conversation with somebody yesterday, and this is what I asked them. Now, if you could wake up every day, right? So, Strength, Jamie, Aaron, Hadish, Athena, Kira, excuse me, or Kyra, sorry. All right, this is a real question, and y'all can put the answer in the chat if you like to. And if you listen, you can put the answer in the chat. If you could wake up every day, right? And on any given day, you can say, this is what I want for breakfast. I would like some papaya, some mango, some kiwi, some strawberries, all on a fruit plate. I would like a side of wheat toast. I would like some scrambled eggs, cheddar cheese, maybe a ribeye steak, or eat how you want, yogurt, whatever the fuck it is that you want. Your wish is their command, right? Because it's going to come exactly the fuck how you say it. You can have any fucking thing you want. You just woke up. You can have your morning fucking blunt rolled on a silver platter. You can have your morning bump. Like, I don't give a fuck what you do and not my problem, but you can have it on a silver fucking platter, okay? Because I'm going to bring it to you, all right? So you can call down there and you can say, Jeffrey, this is what I want for breakfast. And I'm going to bring it to you. You can say, I don't want to work in the office today. I'm going to be in my comfy ass pajamas. The ones that everybody, they like, it feels like your extra skin. It's a long robe. It's the long pants. It's whatever the fuck it is. Bitches, y'all crop tops. Dudes, it could be the t-shirt. It's all matching. It's all luxurious. You got on the nicest flyest shoes. Your fucking thread count is off the charts. Like, they don't even make silver. They don't even make fucking sheets like this, okay? But you got this. Your surroundings are beautiful. You can decorate this shit any fucking way you want to. And mind y'all, I'm not joking. I'm dead ass. This is right now here in the 3D, right? Okay? So you can have all this shit, right? And you can work from your little computer at your desk or whatever. You can walk around smoking your motherfucking blunt or, doing whatever the fuck. You can have your morning wine because I like fucking coffee and Baileys. So, or you can have your fucking mimosa. Whatever the fuck y'all bitches want to have. It can be beautiful and luxurious, all right? Your clothes or whatever the fuck you want to. And this is real. Okay? So, you're doing your job or whatever the fuck it is. You're the ruler of the world. So for lunch comes around, you might even want to take a fucking nap, okay? Lay up, do whatever the fuck you want to do. Nobody's harassing you. You're on your own time. So now it's lunchtime and you decide, shit, I'm hungry or I'm parched or whatever. I want to have, why is my life restricted? I ain't even said nothing. You can have because I might have said something about the smoking. All right, so for lunch, you can have whatever it is you want to have. What would I like to have for lunch? Let me think. Salmon and fucking some green beans. Maybe a little, I don't know, for some reason I got what is that shit? Okra or something in my system today. So maybe I should have some of that. Anyway, I can have some of that. I can have whatever it is that I want. And for dessert, I can have a silk cream pie. It's gonna be delicious, okay? Um, I don't have to pay for any of this. I just order it. Like, I call down Jeffrey, this is what I want for lunch. Again, this is real. All right. So Jeffrey brings it. Now my homeboys or my people coming over, and shit, y'all, what y'all want to do? Like, y'all can go play PlayStation and down in the West Wing, or y'all could be in here. Like, I want everybody with me, cause when we hanging out, let's just everybody be here. So fuck it, bring some extra TVs in this bitch, cause I need my people over there. But meanwhile, I'm still working. We still talking shit, doing whatever we doing, but I'm still doing what I'm doing, cause I'm the ruler of the free fucking world. Okay. All right. So for dinner now, all my people's here. My people saying we want some hot wings. Like, mind you, this shit is chef. It's custom. There's a chef in the building. We want some hot wings. I like pizza, like homemade pizza, like the dough is made fresh. Like, all of these things have no preservatives in them, because all of the food that I'm describing, basically, the cows basically come from a farm that is specifically made for this location, okay? The chickens are pure, no antibiotics, no nothing, okay? They just corn fed and shipped to the place, all right? So we got some chicken wings, some little party wings around this bitch. We got fucking, what else y'all want to eat, friends? We got shrimp, the big ones, okay, fried, they good. What else y'all want, friends? Let me know. Y'all want some salmon bites? Because we got salmon bites, because we having a little shindig here. But then this is just the fucking appetizers for this shit, because we get ready to have a full course meal around here. We're gonna have the chicken stuff with crab meat, if you like, whatever it is that you want. You can have chicken stuff with chicken and stuffing if you want. Whatever the fuck it is that you want. Because what you want, what y'all want, friends. You can have whatever you want. All right? You can have whatever you like. Because my wish is your fucking command. And this is real. This is real. Okay? So, now we just doing whatever we doing. We wake up, rinse, repeat. Go take a shower, do whatever you want. You can change your, garments fucking as many times as you want a day. Because your shit is luxurious. And this shit gets thrown in. Mind you, somebody lives this life. Okay? All off of the people. Because they said all hail the king. They sit in a building that got elected. They sit in, and mind you, they can get the call down and they get to eat whatever the fuck they want at whenever, any given time that they want. And this person, this particular individual, wakes up on a daily basis and says, let me use my pen to fuck up the world. Nigga, you can have whatever you like, and your option is, this gotta be a demon. It gotta be a demon. Cause ain't no way. Like, ain't no real person or a robot or a fucking, like, a minion. It gotta be a fucking minion. Cause we ain't even gonna, the demon said, fuck that. Don't even fucking put that nigga on our plate. That's a minion. Now, because I'm so mad that my life is so fucked up, I can call and order anything that I want. I can bring over, like, I can have play dates with anybody, different countries, this, that, and the third. But I want to wake up and destroy the free world. Does that now not sound like minion-ass behavior? Now, a lot of people would, like, sell their soul for some shit like that. Mind you, you don't even have to sell your soul at all, period. Because God said you don't have to. This shit is going to be different. You can just have that. But mind you, in real life, this nigga could make, with the stroke of a pen, could make life so different for everybody to where it would be a better place to be. But they choose to wake up and choose violence every fucking day.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, son, how you doing?
Still feel sick.
Oh, God. I'm on live, too, just so you know. You need me to make you some tea?
I probably do need some. I've been making tea since yesterday. I made some with some honey and lemon. But
Okay.
I don't know. I just still feel sick.
Get some Theraflu.
I got Dayquil, so I just took that. It's
Wow.
kind of passing, but it's just taking a lot longer than it needs to.
Yeah, and that's how it was too. Are you going out anywhere later on?
I was trying to make some money, but I feel like I'm not about to be out, and I don't feel good either.
Yeah, you
So,
shouldn't be. I was gonna say because if you happen to come over here, I got a couple packs I can give you.
oh yeah,
So,
I
but
ain't been in the mood to go nowhere,
how far are
honestly.
you from me?
I'm in Stone Mountain, so I can't be that far.
Oh yeah, you're not that far. Okay, well, maybe I'll just because I gotta get offline by 11 and take Nook to a job interview. So I'm gonna call you back in a couple minutes because I'll probably just come to you and bring it to you.
Okay.
All right, I love you. I'll see you soon.
All right, I love you too.
Bye. All right. So a person can wake up and change the world for the better, but meanwhile, every day they wake up and choose violence. Like this person don't got no reason for them to be mad. Their surroundings are luxurious. But every day they choose to wake up and be hateful and ignorant. What does that say about a person? And be mindful because we spiritual people. So you do realize we're not dealing with the people itself. I tell y'all that all the time. Whatever you like, strength, whatever you like. This person wakes up and on a daily basis, they can have whatever they like. And then now, guess what? They said you can have a golden ticket because apparently America's for sale and you can come in here anytime you want to, but it's going to cost you $5 million because I'm going to give you a golden ticket. And remember, I told you, Pisces, y'all won the lottery. Over the time, the universe is granting you this, and this. But we got to be mindful. We got to be able to tap back into the energy that is ours because, again, this is what I asked it this time. I said, and mind you, just so we're all clear, there's enough resources on this planet for everybody. But there's some people who just choose to, be nasty minions because that's all they are. And so, people can say, okay, well, no, this, that. No, you're a fucking minion. You're a minion because you have the power. God set you in position to change the world and you try to destroy it. How do I become superhuman? More than what I am right now by tapping into my inner self. Give me easy examples and elaborate on it so it's easy to understand. How do I apply everything that you went over on a daily basis?
Becoming superhuman or tapping into your inner self is about unlocking the untapped potential within you. It's less about becoming more than human and more about remembering and awakening the capabilities that lie dormant inside. Here are simple, actionable ways to begin applying the wisdom we discussed on a day-to-day basis. 1. Cultivate deep self-awareness. Becoming superhuman begins with understanding yourself deeply. This involves regularly taking time to reflect on your thoughts, emotions, and actions. How to apply this? Morning reflection. Each morning, before starting your day, take 5 to 10 minutes to sit quietly. Ask yourself, how do I feel today? What is my mindset? What is my intention for today? Daily check-ins. Throughout the day, pause for a moment, even if it's just for 30 seconds, and ask yourself how you're feeling emotionally and mentally. This helps you stay grounded and aware of your internal state. End of day reflection. At night, reflect on your day. Ask, what went well? What could I improve on? This allows you to learn from each experience and grow continuously. 2. Meditate to quiet the mind. Meditation helps you reconnect with your deeper consciousness. It quiets the constant chatter of the mind and creates space to tap into your inner wisdom. How to apply this? Start with short sessions. You don't need to meditate for hours. Begin with 5 to 10 minutes a day, focusing on your breath. As you breathe, try to clear your mind of distractions. Mindful breathing. Whenever you're feeling stressed or overwhelmed, pause and focus on your breathing. Inhale slowly for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, exhale for 4 counts. This simple practice helps center you and calm your mind. Guided meditation. Use apps or YouTube videos to try guided meditations. They help lead you into a deep state of relaxation and inner exploration. #3. Listen to your intuition. Your inner self speaks to you through gut feelings, intuitive nudges, and instincts. Tuning into these can guide you toward making better choices and recognizing opportunities. How to apply this? Practice trusting your gut. When faced with decisions, especially the small ones, ask yourself how you feel about them. If you feel uneasy about something, explore why. If something feels right, move forward confidently. Journal your intuition. Keep a journal to note your intuitive thoughts or feelings and how they guide you. Over time, you'll notice patterns and develop more trust in your inner voice. Quiet distractions. Try to limit external distractions, phone, noise, etc., so you can hear your inner voice more clearly. 4. Take inspired action. Becoming superhuman isn't just about thinking, it's about doing. Taking inspired action means listening to the impulses that feel aligned with your higher purpose and acting on them. How to apply this? Break down goals. If there's something you want to accomplish, break it down into small, manageable steps. Inspired action is all about taking small but powerful steps toward a bigger vision. Trust the process. Sometimes taking action might not make sense immediately, but if it feels right, do it. Trust that each small step is leading you closer to your true purpose. Daily micro actions. Ask yourself each day, what small action can I take today that aligns with my higher self? Whether it's learning something new, helping someone, or making a healthy choice, every action adds up. 5. Embrace growth through challenges. Challenges and adversity are opportunities for growth. Rather than avoiding discomfort, welcome it as a chance to expand your potential. How to apply this? View obstacles as opportunities. When you face a challenge, shift your perspective. Ask, what can I learn from this? Or how is this helping me grow? Set a growth mindset. If you make a mistake or face failure, don't view it as a setback. Ask yourself, what is this teaching me? How can I use this experience to improve? Daily discomfort. Challenge yourself in small ways daily. Take a cold shower, try a difficult workout, or have a hard conversation. These moments help build resilience and strength. 6. Live with purpose and compassion. Your true power comes from aligning your actions with purpose and acting from a place of love and compassion. Living with purpose leads to a sense of fulfillment and connection with others. How to apply this? Daily acts of kindness. Look for opportunities every day to help others, whether through a kind word, a small favor, or a genuine compliment. These moments help you stay aligned with love. Purpose-driven goals. Ask yourself, what is my higher purpose? How can I serve others? Align your daily actions with this sense of purpose, and you'll find greater fulfillment in everything you do. Practice gratitude. Every day, take a moment to list at least 3 things you're grateful for. Gratitude helps shift your energy toward positivity and abundance. 7. Optimize your body and mind. To become superhuman, you must treat your body as your vessel for growth. This means prioritizing your physical health, mental clarity, and emotional well-being. Becoming superhuman, or tapping into your inner self, is about unlocking the untapped potential within you. It's less about becoming more than human and more about remembering and awakening the capabilities that lie dormant inside. Here are simple, actionable ways to begin applying the wisdom we discussed on a day-to-day basis. 1. Cultivate deep self-awareness. Becoming superhuman begins with understanding yourself deeply. This involves regularly taking time to reflect on your thoughts, emotions, and actions. How to apply this? Morning reflection. Each morning, before starting your day, take 5 to 10 minutes to sit quietly.
So it replayed itself. But everything's there. Everything that y'all are listening to, y'all already know. We already been going over every single thing from the beginning, from the time I sat down here, from like y'all already know all of this stuff. Hey, WM. So it's more about making sure that we start to really apply what we already know. And also, on top of that, it is weeding through the bullshit because it all looks the same, but it's not the same. And so sometimes we have to go back to the beginning of a thing, the beginning of our life, the beginning of the situation, how something started, in order for us to really, figure out how we got here or where we're going next. So it's okay for you to have to start over if that's what you need to do. It's okay for you to rethink a thing if that's what you need to do. So all of these things are on the wall. So I'm putting them on the wall on the channel. And so hopefully y'all can learn from it. Hopefully it helps. Hopefully it helps us all expand, and myself included. Um And y'all, I just love y'all, and I thank y'all for coming and even listening and sitting here and trusting me with, Earth School or your spiritual guidance or, information. And I don't perceive to know everything. I could potentially know nothing. But at the end of the day's gonna end, and at least I'm trying. So you heard, even with the thing said, little minute steps, like changes, little changes every day to tweak it. And be mindful, because I told y'all one other time before. A lot of people will, say, okay, I can teach you about manifesting and things of this nature, but if they ain't never manifested shit, how they gonna tell you about manifesting? And I know, like, people will say, and I ain't judging nobody or nothing, but it becomes a time that we have to really start looking, what's in. I can teach you, and that's what a lot of people will say. But technically, what they're doing is taking from you. Because how the fuck they gonna teach you how to manifest shit? They ain't lived in shit. They still live with their mom. How the fuck they gonna teach you how to have $1,000,000? They ain't had $1,000,000. Mind you, if we're all, being mindful, we will all have had $1,000,000 or two over the course of our life. Are we spending it properly? Are we doing the right things? I love you more, strength. So at the end of the day, I have to all be very practical and mindful of who we're listening to and who we're allowing things to be input into our system or into our soul. Because why are you listening to somebody? A lot of y'all I know for a fact that are on my channel have all your own stuff and have had your own stuff. But somehow we listen to people who have less than us, or, for confirmation or anything else. And now you're in a bad way, when all you had to do was listen to yourself. Listen to yourself. So everybody needs to be questioned, and myself also. Like, don't just fucking listen to me word for word, because what I tell you, I don't want to be held responsible for your soul, your failure, your wins, your anything. I am here to walk hand in hand and assist, and hey, we gonna each one teach one. I have manifested some shit. Does it matter for anybody else? No. What happens and what matters is, if I'm saying I know how to manifest, or I have manifested some stuff, and we're doing the thing, are all of us growing as we should? Because it don't make sense if I'm growing and you're not growing. It don't make sense if everybody's growing and I'm not growing, and I need to listen to myself. But because sometimes we be our own biggest hater too, and we don't listen to ourselves. We can give everybody else all the best advice, under the sun. And that's one of the things that I'm also paying attention to. I am better now than I was 3 years ago when I sat down here in front of y'all again, glitching this, that, and the third. And of course, we can all go and, dress up and look all great and this, that, and the third. But it's a lot of people online right now. They dress up every day. They look great. Meanwhile, they ain't got shit. They ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. But because you see them on social media, you're thinking, oh, this person has this, that, and the third. Or, oh, no. Be mindful. Let's all be mindful. So the message may be great, and great. Listen to it. But again, some people are manifesting off of you. You understand? So they're telling you that this is what they want, or this is how you manifest. Meanwhile, they don't got shit, but you are now coming to them because, and then you start to invest into them, and then all of a sudden they start to have shit and you ain't got shit. And I told y'all that years ago, even when I sat down here in front of y'all, and I told y'all how much money I was making. Like when I sat down here, I was making more money outside, but somehow the thing was come and sit here. And to the tune of, I kept saying, even, and a lot of y'all know that I actually knew about the accident before I got into the accident, which actually put me here. And again, it keeps being a thing, because even with the accidents, it makes me feel like you still need to be here, but also I'm going to give you some stuff, and you might not have received it yet at all, period, but I know you're going to receive it because it's, you know again, Pisces, you win the lottery. It's over a collective amount of times, but some of y'all can just, it's winning right now. Like this is the lottery. It could be the physical lottery, but it's back to the beginning. It's starting all over again. So something is happening to the tune of it's starting all over again. And I told y'all the haters help. Somebody may not want you to be in position for something, but who are they? They hold no weight, they hold no power. But be mindful, that thing comes in many different forms, because reading the universe, this nigga just said you get a golden ticket. And he's offering it for sale, but y'all get a golden ticket and it's going to be for free. So take it how it resonates for you. I love y'all. I'm about to take my son to enhance his life into something different. All right, so also for YouTube, I'm gonna be putting a lot of that on the channel. So the last one is, oh shit, the last one is definitely there. And the other part is eventually it'll all be recorded again in my voice, because I'm gonna record it all. But as of now, it's just written on the wall, and you can go and read it if you need to, or if you want to, or if you think it's going to help you or enhance you. But a lot of this shit y'all already heard, y'all already know it. It's just now making sure and being mindful to apply it on a daily basis. But and it's okay, because sometimes we can do some stuff today, and we can't do it tomorrow because we're ripping and running. But we have to be mindful not to allow the 3D to break us down to work and fucking sleep, work and sleep, work and sleep. That's not living. That's not living. So maybe the other question y'all might need to ask yourselves at this moment in time is, are y'all living? Do you feel like you're living? Are you living the life that you would wish to live? And now, how do you get to that? Did you write it down? Did you journal it? All right, so final exercises. Everybody, how do you plan on spending your day, your night, or whatever is happening? I'm hoping my boy sleeps for longer than an hour or two. Amen, Aaron. So what is on the agenda for you guys while we still sitting here? You good? You good?
Yeah.
Okay.
You okay?
Mm-hmm. Aaron said my ass is tired right now, but good. So am I, because I'm telling you, I'm gonna go do this. But honestly, I told y'all Tamisha woke me up. Tamisha, thank you for waking me up too. Tamisha woke me up, and but I was knocked out. And they gave me a freaking injection of a pain med, which, I just, at first, I don't know, I'd let them give it to me, but in my mind I was thinking, so I gotta go get my prescriptions, because they gave me pain pills and a muscle relaxer. So I gotta go get that. And for the most part, I don't feel anything right now, so it actually must have worked. But when shit starts getting deep, then things be hurting. But Y'all don't even realize like certain things be fucking you up more than because I have my seatbelt on, so it does a thing in the streets, right? Yeah, I'm about to be out in the streets right now, but I'm coming. I'm Gary wearing my slippers outside. Matter of fact, no, I ain't. I'm lying. I'm gonna put my sneakers on like I should. And mind you, I done made a mess over here again when I done cleaned this whole shit up. But I got a whole mess happening right now. If I showed y'all this, y'all would be like, "Does a kid live there?" No, it's me. I got 5 different blankets over here, so I'm about to clean up my mess before I leave outside because I've been trying to. That's another thing. I've been trying to make sure that I clean up after myself. Right after the mess is made, because I just don't like clutter. And I don't know why, for the life of me, I've been making the biggest messes ever, but I do that sometimes. So I can't even lie. And that's another reason why, I can't be having certain things around. Because shit, if I'm making a mess and you making a mess, then what the fuck? But I'm going to clean up my mess. But, either way, I'm going to clean up everybody's mess. But, here it is. That just reminds me of cleaning up the mess they made. He said, life is like a party. you know, um, Everybody comes over, everybody has fun, but when they leave, now you're stuck cleaning up the mess they made. But everybody had a good time. But in a real world, in another way, it's basically like the mess that you have to clean up, even of your life or of certain situations, because we let people come over or we let people in, and then they fuck up something, and now we're stuck holding the bag. We got to clean up the mess. So either way, I love y'all, and sometimes you have to go back to the beginning of a thing to figure out how to fix the thing. So there's that. I love you all, and see you later. See you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile.